Well, there's a lot of people who don't really try to do anything creative as far as making uh, suggestions on how to improve a product. For example, there's a lot of individuals out there who will just criticize it without ever using it. I had a Microsoft Surface Duo 2 in my hand for maybe about 2 or 3 days. I loved the look and the feel. The size was, for me, I liked the size and I would love to have kept it. But the problem was is the rear-facing camera. It was stupid. To be honest with you, I'll be critical on this one particular point. This device, upon looking at it, clearly demonstrated that it did not need, nor does it ever need, a camera on the outside of the device. When it is closed, there's no point in it being there. Whoever decided to do this should be fired. The device folds. It's simple and easy to tell how the device is designed to be used. It's designed to be opened and used. It folds upon itself. And so I threw out a couple of ideas. One, to more put the either put the USB-C port that's at the bottom right screen up further towards the hinge, or center it better so that when you have it in an open position laying in a cradle of some type or a holster, you're able to plug the device in. One of the problems that I had with it was trying to plug it in to charge and use the device. If it was in, I have a easel style cradle, and in the upright position where it's looking like a book as the image shows, it was impossible for me to charge it. Flipping it over where the USB port would be at the top left it, it was much to be desired, but it worked fine. But then the right panel was on the left, and the machine has a little software glitches. But I mean, it's something you can get over with. Software updates can really handle that. Another issue that I had was the fact that the phone part of it was not much to my liking. Now, a larger, as you see, unfortunately I used yellow, but I didn't want to go back through it. But you can see it's easier to see in the black areas of the phone where the borders are. Now, as you can see, the yellow long lines that I put there are indications of speakers. To put a better speaker in, put a longer grill, I think they're towards the border between the exterior perimeter case and the glass panel. If you ever watch, I recommend watching J-Rig Everything about the quality of the glass, at least of the interior and exterior of the device. He tries to destroy the device. It's a good review. But the microphone needs to be integrated into. This recommendation is that they integrate the microphone on the right side, on the right panel. Integrate the mic into the speaker setup. And when the device is folded completely open, the back two speakers of the panel that will be facing out towards the world would automatically become noise canceling microphones. If this way they're integrated into one set of speaker grills. And this way, when the device is in, and I have another picture that's going to come up shortly of it being in, I guess they call it TP mode. Anyway, as you see, also I moved the camera to be more towards the hinge. The idea would be put in a very high quality You don't need to have micro cameras or anything of this nature. This device is, personally, it's supposed to be for productivity. You don't need a micro camera. I mean, who needs a micro camera on this device? Just a good high quality 1080p, really good resolution phone with a camera lens with a light. And this way, as you'll see with when the device is in, I guess you'll call it a portrait, when it's in a TP mode, the camera will be high enough, will be at the hinge on both sides. You have a camera on both sides, when it's open, in its natural state. The way in which you can see the first picture has it where the camera is facing you, and if you were in a landscape mode, if you have it in the portrait mode, you're able to see you're able to interact with the device in an upright position. And when it's folded open, when you're using it as a camera or you want to take a picture, when it's open, you have a camera facing you for a selfie, and you have a camera facing out for panorama shots or and the like. Because it's open, the screen, that's the right screen, should be the main screen. If you have the ability to do a software update, I would recommend making the right panel the main panel. And similar to how you have a feature on cameras that you can go from selfie to the back camera of many phones, just have a button that you press and it will switch the main screen to the other side if that's what you prefer. If you're left or right-handed, that shouldn't be a hard concept. Another thing is dealing with the hardware, the use of the glass panels. Keep that, but the exterior perimeter, put that in some kind of extruded aluminum or magnesium or some type of metal that will hold up better. Plastic is not the best thing for an edge. Just, you keep taking as my opinion or not, but the fact is plastic shatters really easy. And if everything else around it, the glass panels, are solid, then you're going to shatter the side. I like the feel of the volume rocker and the power button scanner, fingerprint scanner. Those are perfectly fine. Adding on the left panel a micro SD memory expansion would be an ideal addition, because quite frankly, all Microsoft devices, anytime you're dealing with the software of any form dealing with Microsoft, it eats memory like M&Ms. All these updates you're going to do, guaranteed Microsoft is going to also put in bloatware of its own. You have Android software and you have Microsoft software. The problem that I had with the software aspect was I couldn't use the device without constantly having to put in a password for Microsoft, without constantly having to put a password in for any of the alphabet stuff. The problem that I had was that every time I would use the software, I had to use 2 different operating systems, even though they're saying it's an Android-based device. Well, if that's the case, then Microsoft needs to take their Windows product, Windows 11 now. It has basically the same touch screen features, dual screen features. All of this is in its software. Just take, like many of these other companies, Android operating system, map Windows on top of the operating system, of the Android operating system. Customize it like Sony, Samsung, LG, and all of these other places. Just map it on and completely wipe out anything Google. unless I load it from the Android store, or I don't know what their app store is called, or upload it from the Google Play Store, it should not appear on the phone. All I should have on this phone: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and I don't even know what the new search engine is now. But the thing is that the design of the device is fantastic. They failed miserably when they put the camera on the back because it's stupid to have it opened and walk around with. When it's fully closed, as you'll see, it's in TP mode. That's the way it needs to be used, like a yoga tablet. It's very promising, but it's designed to be opened like a book, not opened and used like a tablet. It's not going to be the Samsung, Fold 3. It's not going to be a Samsung Fold. Don't start mimicking other companies. Be your own. Be innovative. And just make it where you open it up, you have on the right side a camera that is in a good position, a microphone that is integrated into the speaker. When you're using it as a cell phone, the speaker, the side that you're using it on, has a speaker microphone combination. Same thing on the other side. Because if you're left or right-handed, it would be good. This way you're comfortable however you're using it. But whatever side is facing out, and put a little software app where you designate which side of which side of this device is going to be used as the phone. This way the other side will be used as noise canceling mics, as a lot of these phones have, especially like earbuds. Imagine the crispness of the phone call when you're not using earbuds. And while you're at it, it'll improve the cellular function and Bluetooth function, and put in a better heat sink or heat spreader. And you have enough real estate where you can put a pretty decent battery, 2 batteries, or do 2 separate motherboards. That you can do 2 separate motherboards that can handle everything that you're trying to do. And I know you're trying to keep costs down, but at the same time, you have 2 screens. Using 2 separate motherboards would probably help out. You can use 1 processor, but for the camera at least, the camera and the microphones, that's a motherboard on one side, and battery management for one side, but the CPU will be on the other. But make sure, put a decent heat sink, and you should be fine. I threw out the ideas. I'm not trying to be critical, just letting you know what it is that I experienced with the Microsoft Duo 2, throughout the idea for Microsoft Duo 3. Just simply, better memory. You can still use the current, newer Snapdragon, but get rid of the camera bump on the back. It is stupid. It's just, the design itself was just hideous. Put 2 cameras on the inside of the phone. You don't have to have a camera bump. Just as you can see, you can put the cameras, right next to each other, in front of each other, or catty-cornered like I have here. But just a good, high-quality 1080p camera, because this is not designed to be a phone. It should be designed as a productivity tool that happens to be capable of being used as a phone. Stop trying to say this is a phone. Just say it is a productivity device that can be used as a phone. And please put memory expansion on the device. You can save money. Just make one device across the board with an SD card, a micro SD card for memory expansion. Just make them all, you know, 256 or 512 internal storage with memory expansion, with a terabyte of memory expansion. Because knowing Microsoft, you're going to eat up all that memory. All of that storage is going to be eaten up by updates because you're notorious for it. But play into your weakness, make it a strength, and make the device usable. And making it usable means having the ability to put at least a terabyte of additional storage through an SD card into the device, or design a case that's capable of handling micro SD cards and make full use of the USB-C port. Something's going to have to give. The device is fantastic. I'm not blowing smoke. I enjoyed the look. I enjoyed the feel. Again, the only problems I had was the stupid camera bump. That guy needs to be fired. Whoever decided to try to make this thing into a phone needs to be fired. It's not a phone. Please take this to heart. It is a productivity device that can be used as a phone. Market it like that, because otherwise, saying this is a phone, people are going to look at you like you're crazy. But otherwise, it is a remarkable device. It has a ton of potential. And again, these are just some images that I put for a recommendation. If anybody else has it, this is copyright. So if anybody wants to try to rip off the idea, Microsoft, you take the idea and run with it, but I would just ask for a free device. That should be enough to satisfy me. If you want to take any of these ideas and run with them, that'd be great. So anyway, I'd love to beta test it. I have people that are in the blind community. They teach at a school. They know devices for the visually impaired and the blind, and they would love to have one of these devices in their hands as well. See how it works with the blind community. So if you would, reach out to me through Messenger. My name is Charles Norman Hawker. I can be pretty much found anywhere on Facebook. You can look up C. Norman H. Should be easily found. So these are just some ideas. Look at the images. Enjoy these images, and just get back to me. Thank you.